Welcome back to another episode of Honey and the Guy. I'm Honey.
And I'm the guy.
And boy, do we got a lot of NFL news to talk about today.
We got that fucked up, but yeah.
Yeah, I like it though. Sometimes you got to do the switch up on them.
Yeah. You fucked me up. I was like, oh shit, I guess I'm the guy
today. Dude, oh my God. Can we just start with the fact that the Patriots have completely won free agency already?
Well, you think Jonnu Smith is the de facto win in free agency, dude?
Dude,
there's too many motherfuckers out there.
Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, Nelson Aguilar, and fucking they just got Udon from Baltimore.
Damn.
Yeah.
I have no faith in Nelson Aguilar, bro.
I mean, when you got two top 10 tight ends, you don't need him to be Michael Thomas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you need him to catch the ball when you throw it to him, and he never did that as an Eagle, except that year we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he had a decent year with Oakland last year. I don't really know what Oakland's doing. I mean, he was like pretty much their number one receiver last year. I mean, obviously, their tight end was their number one receiver, but as an actual receiver, he was all they really had.
Yeah, who's it? Didn't they get that dude from Penn State? What the hell is his name? Or is that somebody? Michael Pittman? Is that them?
No, they got Henry Ruggs from Alabama,
Henry
but
Ruggs,
he didn't really do dick though. Yeah, so Waller was their leading receiver with 107 catches and 1,200 yards, and Aguilar was second with 48 catches and 900 yards. And Aguilar had 8 touchdowns.
Darren Waller put up fucking numbers last year, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I've really been mulling over if I should just keep him. Especially with Aguilar gone now, he might just be even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or he could be worse because he's gonna get double teamed every time. Plus, that whole situation's fucked up. We got to see closer to when the NFL starts how that's all going to work out. Because, like, are they keeping Derek Carr even?
Yeah, it's really going to depend. Yeah, that's another thing is, are they going to bring in any other receiver? Like, did they get rid of Aguilar because they're trying to get
fucking Allen
Robinson? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably the biggest sweepstakes out there in free agency left.
Yeah, he said that he's not going to sign his what the fuck is that called?
His extension?
No, it wasn't an extension. It was
the franchise
tag. Yeah. Yeah, he said he's not going to sign it. So he's either going to sit out or they're going to trade him.
He's not going to sit out, man. He's in like the prime of his career right now.
I feel you, but when your best quarterback you've had in your career has been who? Nick Foles, probably. I don't blame you for wanting to trade.
Yeah, he wanted to trade during the year last year. And he wasn't a bitch about it, let me add, because he totally kept playing, even though he was like, I want out of here.
Yeah, has enough time passed for us to say that this coach in Chicago is not good?
I mean, you can either blame it on him or you can blame it on Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, true. It's weird to hear a guy who's often compared to the dude from the Rams, Sean McVay. Like, oh, he's this innovative. That when they got him, that was the thing was, oh, he's an innovative offensive mind like Sean McVay. And fucking to me, he just looks like a moron calling plays.
I thought he was a defensive dude because the Bears defense has been good ever since he got there.
Yeah, I mean, the Bears defense has been good since we've been alive.
Yeah, I mean, not good enough to make up for scoring 12 points every game.
That's just the Bears swag, bro.
Yeah, bro, they construct a team like it's 1980.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to watch out for the fullbacks, bro. Never know when they're coming back.
And the 6 tight ends they rostered last year.
Yeah, they're a team that's in purgatory.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That whole division's in purgatory, really, except for the Packers. And they're kind of, can they get past where they got last year? I don't know. That's kind of their ceiling for me.
Yeah, I will say I was incredibly surprised that they re-signed Aaron Jones because they've just been the kings of fucking Aaron Rodgers. So like them actually making a good move, I was like, whoa.
I'm sure Aaron Rodgers is like, if you don't keep some of these motherfuckers around me, I'm gonna retire. It's like, I will do it. I'm sure he went and said some shit like that.
The Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, didn't I hear a story? Were you telling me this story where he heard like a report on the radio that he had retired, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, I guess fuck it, I'm retired." Like,
No, that was Barry Sanders. Calvin actually retired. Yeah, that really shocks me. If I would have put money down on if he was leaving or getting re-signed, I would have bet on him leaving. So that's been the biggest shocker to me so far.
yeah, he's one of them dudes that honestly, I mean, I expected him to leave, but I expected him to leave for Green Bay's sake. Like, you could get a lot of weapons. I mean, I guess he was a free agent, right?
Yeah, they only signed him to it was like 4 years. I want to say 48 million. So that's not like a super large contract for a guy that's been one of the 10 best running backs in football for 2 years now.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have done that if I was the Packers, honestly, because when Jamal Williams, their backup, played last year, they kind of ran half by committee last year, or at least the past 2 years. But he played just as well as Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
I thought
he came out on social media and said that he's gone the other day.
Jamal Williams.
Yeah,
Well, that
so
makes sense.
their backup's going to be the dude that they drafted last year, AJ Dillon. But that's the thing I've been thinking because I think a lot about fantasy when it comes to shit like this is fucking AJ Dillon's not that good of a pass catcher. So is Aaron Jones finally going to get the third down and 2 minute drill work? Because if he is, it, fuck, dude, like he might
Yeah,
be
he's
really
super up there.
dangerous. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
he's a first round pick. If that's the case, honestly, he might be a first round pick anyway.
Yeah, I would assume Collins going to keep him.
You think?
He asked me the other day specifically where he drafted Aaron Jones, so I know he's thinking about keeping him.
Oof, dude, the running back market's going to be slim this year
Yeah, I
in our
know.
league.
It's not a bad keeper. I mean, if he miraculously gets the 2 minute drill work, he's probably going to be a top 5 running back. Like just
Yeah,
pencil it in.
100%.
Yeah, I would say that that's so far the biggest fantasy mover of free agency. Is as soon as he re-signed and I saw Jamal Williams wasn't there, that shot him up my board a lot. And we
Yeah, he's
obviously have
definitely
more to come, but
he's definitely on my radar after that as well.
but yeah, back to the Patriots. What do we do with Cam Newton now?
I mean, they're going to see what the fuck happens, obviously. I
Yeah,
mean, he
because
got a
they're
bunch of
building.
weapons.
Yeah, they're building weapons like they trust him to make the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like they're not building to be shitty.
Yeah, unless they have some other designs that they see something unfold where they're going to get somebody else. But I mean, they got a pretty high draft pick, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah, they missed the playoffs. But yeah, what if they were building to get Russ? That would be crazy.
Yeah, I could. I honestly, if he does leave, I could really see him going to the Niners. That's a team perfect for him, bro. Throw him in there. That team's going to win a championship or get damn close.
Yeah, there's a couple teams that are basically a quarterback away from being dangerous. It's like them, Chicago. I would say the football team, and I mean
That's a little. That's
the
hope. That's wishful thinking. Don't you think?
I mean I wouldn't put us in the same. I definitely wouldn't put us in the same bracket as the other teams I named, but only because our offensive weapons aren't good. Like I would argue that our defense after this draft will probably be almost as good as any other team named. Our weapons just aren't as good.
Yeah, I thought you guys had one of the in the second half of the year. You guys had one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm really hoping that we draft well again this year because we've actually had some decent drafts the past couple years, which never happens. So if we can just keep up that streak, it'd be great. I
Yeah, that
really,
would be sweet.
I really, really want this receiver in the draft in the first round, but I don't think we'll pull the trigger on a receiver. We'll probably go like cornerback or offensive lineman. But I've been watching a lot of tape of this dude. His name's Rashad Bateman. And this year's draft is just going to be interesting because there's a lot of guys I've been watching who opted to not play this previous season because of COVID. So draft stocks are all over the place because of that. But this guy didn't play last year. But he was the guy that was putting up 1,200 yards as a freshman for Minnesota. He's like 6'3", can run like a 4.45 40. He reminds me of your boy from Minnesota,
Justin
Justin
Jefferson.
Jefferson. Yeah,
Yeah, they just had the combine, didn't they?
No, I think that they had. I forget what it's called, but it's this stupid thing they do where a bunch of the receivers that aren't getting the draft capital that they want go out and run routes against like third string cornerbacks and look real good.
Yeah, I bet if you're just out there burning the third string, dude.
Yeah, especially one on one. Like what kind of fucking film is that really showing?
Yeah, big time.
I don't even know if there will be a combine because of COVID.
I would imagine there will be.
Now it got canceled.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. The 2021 NFL Combine has been canceled due to concerns regarding COVID. According to ESPN Adam Schefter, who released a statement from the NFL, all workouts will be done on campuses across the country.
Oh wow, the Jaguars got Shaquille Griffin.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Oh, maybe they won't be getting burned on every play.
Yeah, there's a couple guys that I'm still keeping my eye on. Kenny Galladay's a big one. Where's he going to go?
How old is he now, man? I feel like he hasn't done anything productive in like a couple years.
Oh, he got hurt last year.
Okay.
Washington got a linebacker from Oakland 20 minutes ago. The Jags also signed a D tackle from the Steelers.
Oh no, are the Jags trying to make a real come up?
That would be nuts.
I mean, it's
Could
not
you
that hard,
fucking
dude.
imagine?
I mean, what, 3 years ago they were in the conference final.
Yeah, there's always a team that goes from worst to first. Is it going to be Jacksonville? I mean, who else is in their division? The Colts are probably going to be tough. The Titans, dude, the Titans are going to be hurting, I think. You can't lose Jonnu and Corey Davis. That's big money moves. You got to get one of those two fucking guys. Like, I just don't understand that move on their part.
There's
Unless,
just so many free agents out there this year, though.
yeah, maybe they also just like a receiver or a tight end in the draft, but I thought that one of them would be gone and the other one would be a major part of their offense. But with them both gone, they need to bring someone in. You can't give Derrick Henry more carries than he had last year.
Yeah, for sure. Plus, you're counting on Tannehill. I mean, dude, they seem to consider Tannehill their franchise quarterback at this point, and it's been working. So, like, more power to him, I guess.
Yeah, he's definitely played much better than I had ever seen him play before. I'll give them that.
Yeah, and he's not that old.
Yeah, Tannehill's been decent since he's been in Tennessee, surprisingly.
I mean, it's great when you have a decent team built around you.
Yeah,
He was in Dolphins purgatory for mad years.
when you have a running back busting off 2,000 fucking yards, I mean,
Yeah, and I've actually never seen him lose a game because of him. Granted, I don't watch all the Titans games, but
no, and he slings the ball around. Like if they need to pass, they can. Like he's not just a guy that's in there going through the motions.
yeah, he's not Nick Mullins for sure.
Yeah, no, he's not like I don't know if I'd call him a franchise quarterback, but he's definitely proven to be good enough to win a Super Bowl with a good team around him. He's like Kirk Cousins level.
I like Kirk, man.
I like Kirk too. I think Kirk is at the top of that tier of quarterbacks.
Yeah, probably. As long as he keeps beating the Saints in the first round, bro, I'm all about it.
Yeah, I guess we can move on to talking about that. It's been a long run, Breezy boy. I'm glad you hung it up. I really
Yeah, dude.
respect the move.
Yep, that means Brady's going to. Dude, did you see that Brady signed a contract extension?
Yeah, for sure.
Until he was like 40, until he was like 45 or something. He's winning them records, bro. He's all about it.
Oh, he'll break some of them records next year. I think he's only behind by like 3,000 passing yards.
Jeez. Yeah, he's totally going to break that next year.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a very good chance that they are even better than they were last year next year.
Can you get better than winning the Super Bowl, dude?
I mean, it took them about half the season to really click as an offense. If they click as an offense from week one, they might win more than 11 fucking games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of attribute that shit at the beginning of the season to them just being new dudes in a new system. Like all that talent was there the whole year. It's just they weren't on the same page till
Yeah,
like 6 games
Antonio
in.
Brown wasn't there yet either. Remember, he didn't
Yeah,
sign till like week 6. And that's the thing is, I think they're bringing all them fuckers back. Like, what?
yeah, for sure. They put the Hall of Fame squad on that team, dude. What else you want to do? But yeah, you were talking about dudes that spring way up in my fantasy looks. All of the Rams receivers are now on my radar really heavy. I was really fading Cooper Cup after last year, but you got Matty Stafford throwing bombs to you. My tune changed a little bit.
Yeah, they're so hard to predict as an offense because I feel like Sean McVay changes his offense every year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he also is good at like catering his play calling to the people that they have around him. Like when they had Todd Gurley, like obviously you're going to run the ball a fucking shitload, but they barely ran it all last year.
Yeah, until the end of the year, and then Cam Akers kind of broke out. So that's the thing is Sean McVay saying Cam Akers is a workhorse a lie, or like is Cam Akers actually going to be really fucking good in fantasy next year?
Yeah, it's all up in the air, really. I don't know, dude. You get a lot more space when you got a quarterback like Stafford. I really respect the Rams for turning around on golf that fast. They were like, man, we got to the mountaintop with him, and he's the reason we couldn't win. So he's gone. Like we'll figure it out with someone else. And they got like a decent return. Like Matt Stafford's nothing to sneeze at. Like he's a franchise quarterback. Jared Goff is not.
Yeah, 100%. He's arguably the most underrated quarterback in football right now.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of on that Philip Rivers wave. Like, yeah, he got a bunch of numbers, but your team's been butt for mad long. Until now. Now you got as good of a team as you could just walk into, basically.
Yeah, have the Lions even made the playoffs since he's been there?
Maybe once.
Yeah, I don't remember because obviously Calvin retired because they couldn't make the playoffs. And then that year after, Stafford played really well, but I think that they still missed the playoffs.
Let's see. Okay, I guess they got to the playoffs in 2016 at the very latest. They lost to
Okay.
Seattle in the first round.
So they made a wild card. Yeah, that's how bad their organization has been. They've been in the playoffs a total of 12 times in 61 seasons.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's terrible. The last time they won a playoff game was in 1991.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but sure, I wasn't even alive yet, dude. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's the thing though, is I don't think he's a franchise quarterback, but I do like Jared Goff and I do hope that he succeeds. But it's with what they have in Detroit, I don't see it happening. I definitely see
Yeah,
them
yeah, dude.
moving on.
The Rams just made him career kamikaze essentially. He hit the
Yeah, for
seppuku
sure.
right on his career real fast. Yeah, there's not really a much worse situation you could walk into than that. You think the Colts are going to be good next year? I mean,
I mean, their defense was really good last year. Philip Rivers was better than I thought he was going to be, but I feel like Carson Wentz can be as good, if not better, than old ass Philip Rivers.
yeah, they better hope they got a good quarterback coach in there, man. I'm gonna be so mad. I want him to succeed, just to spite the Eagles, really. But I kind of also hope he fails.
In a perfect world, he would be have a resurgence of his career, and Jalen Hurts would be good, and then it works out for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. I actually kind of have faith that Jalen Hurts is going to be pretty good this year. My biggest complaint about them last year was Doug Peterson's play calling. I'm upset that he won a Super Bowl and in 3 years they let him go, but like he kind of needed to go in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have gave him the boot.
I don't know.
Because I
When
mean
you look at
the guy that caused all the controversy with the coach, you got rid of anyways.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't think it was Wentz's fault. I think he put Wentz in bad positions, which granted, Wentz made those bad positions worse by throwing man picks and fumbling the ball bad times. But like his play calling was just terrible. And everybody in Philly knew that Frank Reich was the offensive mind that won them the Super Bowl, basically. And then he left and they were on the downslope. Still made the playoffs the next year, barely. And then it got even worse last year. So he needed to go. Now, granted, I also didn't want Nick Sirianni to be our head coach or whatever the fuck the dude's name is. Because like, what has he proven? Like,
Yeah, I just think that winning a Super Bowl should grant you a couple years to figure it the fuck out again. I mean, Mike Tomlin's been riding his last Super Bowl for fucking a decade.
yeah, Mike Tomlin's also never had a season that bad.
Yeah, no, that's definitely big facts. I
You know,
can't argue
like,
with
dude,
that.
the winner of our division went what, like 5-12 last year?
No, I think we went 7-9.
Still, like under 500, and you won the division. Like, not only was that whole division trash, they couldn't even beat 7-9.
Yeah, I mean, that's happened once, like at least once before in my life. I don't know how many times the team that's 7-9 has won their division, but I mean, dude, our division played tough fucking competition all year.
I mean, they played every team in our division twice. Like,
Yeah, but then look at the other teams that we played.
that's half your games basically against terrible teams.
Like, listen to how Washington's schedule started off last year. Philly, Arizona, Cleveland, Baltimore, the Rams, Giants, Dallas. So it's division games and all teams that made the playoffs. Actually, the Cardinals missed the playoffs barely,
Yeah,
didn't they?
barely,
They were
barely.
still
They were
good
good
though.
last year. Yeah.
Yeah. We also ended up playing Pittsburgh and Seattle. We played San Fran. San Fran wasn't great, but they're not a bad team. The only real bad teams we played out of our division were Detroit and Cincinnati.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on the thing that a Super Bowl should give you more leeway than that, but like after last year went down, like probably not. Especially because they lost some of those games that they definitely could have won against really tough opponents. And like, I mean, a lot of them were on field goals. Like I was calling for Jake Elliott's firing last year as well. But
Yeah, we basically the two divisions that our division played last year were the two best divisions in football. The Browns division had 3 teams make the playoffs, and Seattle's division had almost 3 teams make the playoffs. But Arizona blew it at the end. So yeah, we were 7-9, but we all had the toughest schedules.
that's fair.
I'd really
There's
think that
just
there's a solid chance that Washington's going to run the division back.
yeah, I mean anybody in that division can win unless they make some kind of major improvement here in the offseason. Which like that's really possible. They were all bad last year. Like someone could win in the draft for sure on not a sleeper pick, but
I mean, you don't think that Fitzpatrick is a major improvement over Kyle Allen, Dwayne Haskins, and one-legged Alex Smith?
yeah, I think he's a major improvement. I don't know if he's
He doesn't make a Super
like a
Bowl
season
contender,
definer.
but
Yeah. Yeah, that's not like a season defining improvement. Nah, we'll see what happens. That might not be true. He's been a real gamer the past couple years in Miami.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see what goes on in our division. Because when does Dak come back? Because if Dak comes back week 1 and they actually build a little bit of some kind of defense, they could be dangerous.
Yeah, instantly.
If I was them, I'd spend every single draft pick on defensive players.
Yeah, and some offensive linemen.
What do you think about Zeke? You think he's going to bounce back?
Yeah, I think he's going to bounce back. I'm still fading him in a fantasy draft, but I think he'll bounce back.
I mean, you can't have that much confidence in him if you're fading him.
I mean, I think he's going to do better than he did last year. I don't know if he'll ever be what he was before last year. So
He's going to be projected to go around where you're picking in our league. So you're really going to have to make the decision on him.
okay, if him or Aaron Jones are on the board, am I going to take Zeke? Probably not.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
I might though. It's just last year he fumbled, dude. He just fumbled mad times, and I get it. It's real tough being the focal point of an offense when you used to have the cushion of Dak playing like a franchise quarterback. But he played real bad last year, man. He can't catch, fumbled the ball all the time. Plus, that dude who they got behind him, Tony Pollard, he never fumbled. He could run and he caught the ball all the time.
Yeah, it's just the thing is, and I don't know if this is the case, but the case that could be made is that as soon as Dak went down, he kind of just gave up on the season.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Is that a dude you want on your team? Right? You want to trust that guy? Because then what if he's willing to give up on the season when your quarterback goes down? What happens when halfway through the season they're like 3-4?
No, I feel
And
you.
he's just like, fuck it, it's over, bro. I ain't playing no more. I don't bang with that shit.
I don't know if he will bounce back. I just know that one big thing with fantasy is recency bias. And if he slips to the point where I could potentially get him at a steal, I will take him. That's for sure. Like if he somehow were to fall back to me in the second round, because I'm probably going to be picking in the first half of the first round, and I'm not taking him there. But if he were to fall to that second round, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of almost have to. Like, I don't think, yeah, like I said, I think he'll get faded a little bit. Like, he might fall to that, but like past that, you kind of be dumb not to take him.
Yeah, that's just the decision everyone's going to have to make is who do you want? Do you want Ezekiel Elliott off that season, or do you want an elite wide receiver? Is really the range he's going to be in. Like, you want him or Calvin Ridley? You want him or I would probably put Devontae Adams ahead of him. But you want him or Stephon Diggs?
You definitely want Stephon Diggs ain't falling second round, dude.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the range that Zeke is going to be in, it's going to be like Zeke, Austin Eckler, and 7 receivers. And where is Zeke going to fall on that list? Is he going to fall after all the receivers and potentially fall to me? Because it's possible. Because if someone were to take Calvin Ridley over him, I wouldn't flame that person. I don't think it's a bad move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I just don't know. It's too early to tell.
Yeah, it's really going to depend on what happens to Dak, I think. Because if it comes out that Dak's going to miss the first 6 games, he's a big fade.
Yeah, I still don't think he'll drop that far, though. I'm glad that Andy Dalton sucked last year.
Why? Not a
'Cause I
fan.
thought, well, obviously I don't like the Cowboys, but also I'm not a fan of Andy Dalton. He was terrible in Cincinnati for like 8 years, and everybody was like, yeah, he's a great backup quarterback. Yeah, right, dude. He came in and showed you exactly what he was. Super average.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened to Cincinnati for like a decade. They had their coach was Marvin Lewis, and I don't think he won a playoff game the whole time he was there.
Yeah.
For like 12 fucking years, dude. Like, how do you still have a job?
Who knows, dude? I mean, for elite, well, I mean, how long is Andy Dalton in there? They've been rocking the Andy Dalton, Joe Mixon train to nothing for a mad long time.
Yeah, he was the coach of the Bengals for 16 seasons and didn't win a playoff game.
How does that dude still have a job?
I mean, he doesn't anymore, but how did he have a job for that long? Yeah, he got fired in 2018.
Who's their coach now?
It's a good question. Zach Taylor. Oh, I think he was. I'll check him out, but I think he coached Baylor in college.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Maybe not. Okay, so he coached he was an assistant quarterback coach for the Dolphins, and then was the head coach for the University of Cincinnati, then the wide receiver coach for the Rams, and then okay, so he was another guy that was under Sean McVay. Dude, what's up with that?
What?
All the coaches in the league that are just like dudes that worked under Sean McVay, that other teams are
There's a
like,
lot
fuck.
of dudes like that.
That's what I'm
There's
saying. Like, what the
there's that.
fuck's up with
There,
that?
it's basically under him and under Belichick.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
what?
there's
Doug
probably like
Peterson was
eight
under
coaches.
Belichick too. So was Matt Patricia, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Patricia and fuck, who was the offensive coordinator at the time? Because Matt Patricia was the defensive coordinator. Josh McDaniels was the offensive coordinator, and they both got head coaching jobs.
I mean, no one's picking up Sean McVay or not Sean McVay. Matt Patricia.
Oh no, Josh McDaniels is still there. I'm shocked he doesn't have a job somewhere.
Yeah, he was one of those dudes that Brady was talking about leaving with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was like part of the talk of Brady leaving was like, I want Josh McDaniels to be the dude who's the head coach or wherever I go. And then he kind of realized that's not super realistic, especially if you're going to the Buccaneers. Like, what are they just going to fire Bruce Arians?
Yeah, Bruce Arians has been a decent coach pretty much his whole career. I don't know if you remember this, but he filled in when Chuck Pagano had cancer for the Colts and basically was great. He went like 10-6 as a
No,
fill-in
I didn't
coach.
know that.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah, I really don't think much of him as a coach, honestly. Like that team was going nowhere. Brady got there and they won a championship. Like, would they have won without him? No.
I mean, he won 7 games with Jameis Winston throwing 31 interceptions.
Yeah, Jameis Winston also threw like 5,000 yards in years, dude.
No, I feel you, but their defense was elite before Brady got there.
Yeah, but it didn't mean anything.
I really don't think he's that bad of a coach. I get you though. There is an argument to be made that was it Brady or was it him? But I could make the argument that being a good coach is letting the players who can call plays. Like you don't think Peyton Manning was calling his plays for the last 10 years of his career?
That's facts.
And
Yeah,
you would probably say Tony Dungy's a Hall of Fame coach.
yeah.
And really Peyton Manning just ran that offense.
Yeah, speaking of Jameis Winston, is he now the starter in New Orleans?
I thought that Taysom Hill signed an extension.
Yeah, I thought I saw that too, but I'm not sure what that necessarily means.
Yeah, it was a super weird extension. 4 years, $140 million, but like none of it is guaranteed.
Huh. Yeah, because apparently they also brought back Jameis for a 1 year deal.
Yeah, all 4 years of Hill's extension are voidable, allowing the Saints to release Hill or restructure his contract once again without any penalty in the salary cap. The move will save New Orleans 7.5 million this season as the team faces a salary cap crunch. I've never seen that before. A contract that's completely voidable. How the fuck is
Yeah,
that even legal?
yeah, I don't know. Sounds like he's setting himself up for failure for real. There's got to be some specifics to that because like that just seems too good to be true for the Saints as an organization.
Yeah, it was
Like I can't
basically just a
imagine.
move to save them bread.
Yeah,
But
like I
like,
can't imagine Taysom Hill was just like, yeah, bro, fuck it. If I fuck myself up, you guys can just cut me.
yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck's gonna be the starter there.
I mean, they did a lot of the combo shit with him and Breeze, so I wouldn't be surprised if they had, excuse me, if they had Jameis go in there and do a similar thing. Because I don't think that they think, like, I mean, Taysom Hill won a bunch of those games when Breeze was out last year, but I also don't think they think of him as like the dude to replace Breeze either.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting that it seems like they think Winston might be the future when I think that they should roll with the other guy.
Taysom Hill's also mad old, dude.
Yeah, yeah, but quarterbacks can be in their prime until, 36, 37 years old.
Yeah, but I think he's like 34.
Yeah, he's definitely up
He's
there.
no, he's 30 years old. So that's a big difference. He also plays a very different role. I don't like them having him run tight end and running back shit. Like
I don't think you're
he's
wrong though. I think that he's much older than people think that he is.
yeah, like when I saw him last year, I was like, oh dude, he's like in his 20s. Nope. 30 isn't that old for a quarterback though. That's not even really that old for a professional athlete in general at this point. Like how old's LeBron? He's like 36 years old.
Yeah, you're talking about a freak athlete though. Not
Yeah,
everyone's
but
LeBron. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I feel you. But there's a lot of dudes in the NBA with in their 30s and in football.
Yeah, I
Shit.
just think that whoever they roll with drastically changes the offense that we see from New Orleans. So it's going to change the value of all of their assets in fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine that this year they're going to be a run first offense. Which I mean, they weren't that last year, but they could have been if they wanted to be.
It's just hard to tell because sometimes people also read too much into small sample sizes. Like I'm already seeing a lot of analysts come out and be like, Alvin Kamara didn't catch many balls in the 4 games he played with Taysom Hill. And if we stretch that 4 games out to 16 games a season, this is what his numbers would be. It's like that's not how it fucking works.
Yeah, for sure. Because they're obviously not going to run the same shit again.
Yeah, they're gonna completely redevelop an offense around their quarterback because their coach is a good coach.
100%. Yeah, back to Doug Peterson. That's why I think you should have got fired. Because
Yeah, but
I don't
what
think
what are
he
you
did that.
really what are you really gonna build around there? Most of your weapons were hurt.
I mean, you still had Dallas Goddard and Miles Sanders and Jalen Rager, who was your first round draft pick last year.
Yeah, Miles Sanders was definitely mismanaged. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. They were like the number one team in the run when they ran the ball, and they didn't run the ball for like 6 games in a row. And they were like, why are we losing games?
That's the Philly classic. For real. Andy Reid used to do the same shit.
He did that shit all year in fucking in Kansas City, and that shit worked. He was like, fuck it, we'll just throw it every play.
It didn't work at the end though.
No. Yeah, that's also because dudes apparently get Butterfingers in the Super Bowl. Like if they would have caught all the passes that were touchdowns that were like dime piece passes, they would have been super in that game at the end of it.
I don't understand how they still have money.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be because they gave Patrick Mahomes that crazy long deal. So like I imagine they think they're going to have a bunch of salary room coming up in the future. Because in 5 years, what's going to be his value?
Yeah, no, that's big facts. I'm saying, how do they have money to still bring people in?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, they just signed yesterday. I want to say the best center in free agency, but I can't remember if it's center. I just can't find the move. But they signed an offensive lineman to a fat fucking contract.
Yeah, I don't know. As long as they can keep that offense intact, the weapons there, they'll be fine next year. It just kind of sucks for Mahomes' legacy that he got beat by Brady, basically solidifying that he's never going to win that many.
Several teams inquiring about Patriots free agent running back James White.
Why?
Can catch balls. I could see him going to Tampa.
Yeah, he's basically a receiver out the backfield. It's so hard to properly evaluate the Patriots running backs because they don't really run, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And it seemed like they ran a lot last year, but with like three separate dudes. Like what they had that new dude they drafted, right? And then James White was out for a bunch of games because I think his parents died in a car crash
Yeah, yeah,
last year. And
yeah. The
then
dude you're talking about, they drafted 2 years ago. He just tore his ACL.
who
Damian
Nakeem
Harris.
Hines?
No,
Nah,
Naheem Hines, the dude from the
he plays for the
Colts.
Colts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're talking
Yeah,
about
Damian
Damian
Harris is I'm
Harris.
talking. Yeah, but then Sony Michelle, he was fine all year. They didn't even play his ass.
Yeah, they always have running backs.
Yeah, it seems like that's the consensus in the league at this point. Like running backs are pretty replaceable unless they're like freaks of nature like Derrick Henry.
Okay, so it was an offensive guard, and they signed him to a 5-year contract.
Damn. Where was he from?
That's what I'm looking up now. The Patriots.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I was seeing on Twitter dudes go crazy yesterday because he was apparently the best offensive lineman that was a free agent, and somehow the Chiefs had the money to sign him.
Yeah, hopefully Mahomes is okay. I guess he was supposed to get surgery for turf toe after the Super Bowl. I don't know if he got that surgery or not yet, but he might be out for the first couple games of this year.
He should be fine. That's not
Yeah,
a
yeah, I
surgery
know
that
he'll be
holds you
fine.
back for too long. No, I'm saying he
Yeah,
should be
yeah.
fine off the rip, like week
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah, turf toe is an injury that a lot of people wait to get in the off season because it does sit you out a couple weeks. But
It's not debilitating.
yeah, but to have turf toe, it hurts like a son of a bitch, but you can play through it.
Yeah. Yeah, what else? What else is there in NFL news?
Well, we touched on all the Patriots moves. We touched on Drew Brees. What do you think about what is Corey Davis going to the Jets?
The Jets are the Jets, man. Who knows? They don't know what they're doing with their quarterback either. What are their plans? Are they going to have Sam Darnold behind center this year? Who knows? I'm sure he hopes that he's not.
Yeah, I've heard that they have not been in talks to trade their pick, which tells me that they're going to take a quarterback, which tells me Darnold's gone.
Yeah, but to where? Because like I think he has the mechanics to be a really good quarterback with a decent team.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he goes. He was one of the guys on the short list I wanted Washington to get, but you would think we're not going to bring anyone else in now that we have Fitzpatrick.
I mean, you would think if he's on the table though, they would make a move for that.
Yeah, but what do they want? So we're not going to trade a second round pick for him if we have Fitzpatrick for now.
I think they would do that.
You think so?
Yes.
I just if you do that, there's just no reason to bring in Fitzpatrick in the first place.
I mean, the reason to bring him in is because he wasn't on the table. But if he comes on the table and they only want a second round pick and some players, like you kind of have to do that, man. Especially for Darnold's upside, because Darnold's upside is he's like a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Yeah, he's super young still.
That's what I'm saying. Because basically Fitzpatrick is a rental until they can figure out something better. You would think.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of tape on this guy that everyone is really trying to give hot takes about and say is the best quarterback in the draft. That is rumored to be in talks with the Jets to go at pick 2 from BYU. And I just don't know, man. I've seen so many guys with his skill set be great, and so many guys with his skill set bust like crazy.
Yeah, it's a lottery for a reason, man.
The classic Josh Allen skill set, like he can kind of run, he got a big arm, but what does that mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think once you're at past that point, like the rest of that shit's mental. Like like Brady, like you couldn't even argue that Brady has like the best arm or the best legs. He just has that intangible thing. Like he got the winner mentality and the know-how of football to figure out what he needs to do to win. I think Josh Allen kind of finally started to pull that together this year, which has really set him apart or
Yeah, for
into a
sure.
different tier at least.
That's the thing that's so hard to judge though, is the winning mentality doesn't always translate because if it did, some of the best quarterbacks in the league right now would be like Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel, Cole McCoy.
See, Manziel, Manziel, dude, I don't want to hear that, bro. He did that shit to himself. He could still be playing.
No, I feel you, but what I'm saying is he was just a pure winner in college, and that didn't translate to the NFL. So how do you really even judge the winning mentality?
Oh, you don't. You can't until you see it. You know what I mean? Like Mahomes has that shit. Like he knows how to get that shit done.
Yeah, it looks like the dude from San Diego has that as well. I guess sorry, Los Angeles now has that as well. I get what you're saying. Like when you
Who,
see him,
Herbert?
yeah, when you see him play, you're like, this guy just has something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, he knows where to put it, man. he, he just puts it in the optimal spot. He knows exactly what he needs to do to get the first down. I'm super high on him coming into this year.
Yeah, with Hunter Henry gone, that gives a lot of their weapons a boost. Like that definitely moves Mike Williams up my board a lot. I think he might break out next year.
Yeah, he was on the verge this year, I think. He could definitely be in a wide receiver 2 spot.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Burrow's going to get faded this year.
You think so?
Yeah, dude, he broke his fucking leg in half.
I feel like you're just telling me that so I don't draft Teddy Boy before you do.
Hey, you don't know me, bro. No, that's really not. I mean, I'm fading him. Like if he comes in the waiver wire, like I'll take him if he's playing good. But like I don't expect him to be doing good out the gate. Same. I feel that same way with Dak. Like yeah, Dak proved he was great last year, but that's a major injury, dude. Like
Yeah, I don't mind Burrow, and he was fine for me last year. Just I feel like quarterback is going to be so fucking deep this year.
yeah, yeah, especially because you kind of got to look at like what does he really have to throw to. Like I think his weapons are good, but his offensive line and defense, having a bad defense is actually kind of good for fantasy value, though. I've found because like then you got to throw mad points up.
Yeah,
But having a bad offensive line and you coming off a major injury like that, like you're not on my draft radar really. Even though I think he's better than a couple dudes playing right now. Like, would you rather have Burrow or Tua? Because I'll take Burrow.
yeah, yeah. If I was on the board and they were the two best quarterbacks out there, it's not even a question. I would rather have 10 weeks of Burrow than a full season of Tua.
I mean, he's going to be their franchise quarterback this year.
I wasn't
Fitzpatrick's
convinced on
gone.
Tua coming into the draft. I argued with my dad up and down that I thought Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback prospect.
We're going to see this year.
Yeah, we will. Especially with that moving on Fitzpatrick, they're basically giving him the keys. It's a bold move.
Yeah, big time. Their defense already proved they're good enough to keep them in games, especially they're mad young too, which is huge. That dude, Minka Fitzpatrick, fucking animal.
Yeah, he is stupid dangerous. But yeah, you also probably have 5 quarterbacks that are going to go in the first round this year, and they all can run.
A 5, dude.
Yeah, 5. Dude,
That's a bold claim.
there might be 5 quarterbacks that go in the first 15 picks of the draft.
So who you thinking? Mahomes, Josh Allen,
No,
Minzy
no.
from.
I'm talking
Oh,
about
you
the
talking about in
NFL
the
draft.
okay. I thought you meant fantasy. I was like, dude, what are you smoking?
No.
I ain't taking no 5 quarterbacks.
Could you fucking imagine?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Dudes have a lot of faith in Kyler Murray this year.
No, I'm just saying that that's how deep the quarterbacks are going to be in fantasy is if you got 5 first round quarterbacks, that's 5 guys that all can run the ball and have the potential to start, which is just 5 more guys you can slot in fantasy.
Yeah, but you kind of got to imagine none of them are going to get drafted in fantasy unless someone's super high on them. Like you might take Trevor Lawrence in fantasy draft.
There are a couple, depending on the landing spots, guys that I would take. Like even the quarterbacks I don't like, if Atlanta moves on from Matt Ryan and takes a quarterback, I'd be cool drafting that guy because look at his offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, big time. I have a hard time believing they'll move on from Matt Ryan though. He's not the reason they're losing.
No, I agree. It's just crazier shit has happened.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you
This is
have,
this is
the
the most I've
Jets,
seen.
the Jaguars, New England is probably on the board to look for a quarterback. Chicago. Who am I missing? San Fran, Washington. I feel like I'm missing some team that's real obvious in the top couple picks.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Eagles are out on a quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. You can never be out on guys because what if obviously Trevor Lawrence is probably going number one, but what if the second player on the Eagles board is a quarterback and he falls to 6 for some reason?
I don't know. That would just be such a shitty situation to do that. I would be really upset if they drafted a quarterback, honestly.
I think you're probably going to draft Jamar Chase, and he's a great wide receiver, but I just really think you need a linebacker, and I think it's a bad move.
Is that the dude who had like 180 yards in the uh
No, no,
in the tournament?
no, that's the dude from Alabama. Jamar Chase is the guy that I was telling you was a better receiver than Justin Jefferson in the same offense.
What's the name of the dude I'm talking about?
Oh, what the fuck is his name? There's actually 2 Alabama receivers that are pretty good. But the one you're talking about is Devonta Smith. The other one's name's Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, Mark is super high on getting him to the birds.
Really?
Yes. Which cool. I'm all about it. He did what in that playoff game, bro? 180 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he went nuts. He's really good. Yeah, this is another class that's really, really loaded wide receiver wise. But yeah, so Jacksonville picks 1. They're going to take a quarterback. The Jets could potentially take a quarterback at 2. The Dolphins could probably trade their pick for a team that wants a quarterback. Then Atlanta picks 4. Detroit at 7 could take a quarterback. Carolina at 8. Denver at 9. The Giants at 11. Like a lot of teams could really fucking take a quarterback here.
I don't even know who Carolina's quarterback is.
Teddy
Terry
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, there is a lot. Should be interesting.
Yeah, there's also a 6th quarterback that everyone's trying to move up boards. I just really don't like him, and I really don't want Washington to take him. His name's Mac Jones.
It's not a good name.
Not a good name.
Yeah, what if you guys got Minshew on the cheap? Would you take Minshew?
Yeah, I don't mind Minshew.
I don't mind Minshew either. I just don't know. I don't know why any team would be looking for him.
If I was the Eagles, the guy that I would be taking with your pick is Micah Parsons from Penn State. He's another guy that sat out all last year, but the year before he was the best defensive player in college football. And you guys need a linebacker so fucking bad.
I actually think our defense is kind of fine. I'm most worried about our offensive line.
Oh yeah, that's who else the Patriots got. Jalen Mills is gone. He signed with New England.
See ya.
But yeah, that's the thing. I think you guys need 2 linebackers and you need some secondary help. I think your defensive line is okay.
Dude, our wide receivers are terrible.
Yeah, but this class is just so deep where you could get a guy in the 2nd round that maybe would have been a 1st rounder if he didn't sit out because of COVID.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that same thing with offensive linemen and defensive like linebackers, you know?
Yeah, but the thing is, this linebacker I'm talking about, he's not going to go past like the top 15 picks. He's really fucking good. Like we're talking, if he would have played this season, he would probably be a top 5 pick.
Yeah, I just don't think that's what they need. I definitely don't think that's what they're targeting. I might be wrong though.
I just really don't see the need for wide receiver for Philly like so many fans do. Because I mean, who would you trot out this year? You would trot out rookie from last year, the dude you got from San Fran that didn't play at all because of COVID.
Who?
What the fuck is his name? Um, Marquise Goodwin.
Oh,
You
we
signed,
got him, bro.
yeah, you signed him last
Oh,
year and he
last
didn't
year.
play
Yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
season. Yeah. So you would have those 2, and then who am I? Oh, and the fucking dude that broke out last year.
Who?
The big guy that fucking caught all the balls for
Oh,
like four
Dallas
straight
Goddard.
games. No, the dude that was good for like 4 games.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember his name. I know who you're talking about though.
Yeah,
He was
those
off like the practice squad.
yeah, those three aren't a bad three receivers to have. They're not great, but
Yeah, that's what
fucking
I'm saying. Like if you
I
could,
don't
if
think that's the biggest need.
I don't know, man, it's hard to pass up if you can get like an all-time talent on your team that's going to be around for at least a while.
That's the thing is I'm also still really fucking high on Jalen Rager.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure they're all going to be better this year. Like I've heard a bunch of Eagles fans thinking, "Oh, we're in full rebuild mode." Nah, I'm not buying that, dude. I think they're going to come out and put on a competitive show. I could be wrong, but I think they're going to be substantially better than they were last year.
That's the thing with the NFL is it's not like the NBA. Like in the NFL, there's typically two teams that are in rebuild mode fighting for the first pick, and everyone else is trying to be good.
Yeah, big time.
Like the Lions were ass last year, but guess what? They were trying to be good. Like they weren't rebuild. The Patriots weren't rebuilding last year. They were just not good.
That's facts. Ooh,
But
yeah, I
yeah,
don't know.
the
What
other
is that
move,
dude's name? That's going to puzzle
yeah,
me
I
until I
can't
figure
think
it
of
out.
his name either. He was mad good for a couple weeks
Yeah,
too.
for those 4 weeks, he was ball. He was like the only one out there catching. I remember this. I can't remember what his name is. Travis Fulgham. That's what his
Yeah,
name is.
Fulgrim. There it
Yeah,
is.
he was out there balling. Greg Ward ain't bad either. Alshon Jeffrey is gone.
Yeah, there's like a significant amount of receivers in this class. The guy that Mark said that he wants is great. The other guy from Alabama is good. I really think that the dude from LSU, Jamar Chase, may go at 3 to the Dolphins.
Ooh,
He's my
he
favorite receiver in the class, but I know he's not going to fall to Washington, which is why I want Bateman to fall to us. But yeah, then that dude Bateman's good. There's another dude. His name's Tamorian, I think is how you pronounce his first name. Tamorian Terry. He's another guy that didn't play last year because of COVID and injury complications, but he would have been a second round pick the year before that if he would have came out. He's also really solid. Tutu Atwell. This class is just dangerous.
Yeah, dude. If the Dolphins get that guy you're talking about, that's it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, for sure. I could see them being really, really fucking good next year. I'm just really not sold on Tua, but how many games can their defense win them is the question.
Dude, they won him a bunch of games last year. Like it's more than zero for sure.
Yeah, did they make no, they just missed the playoffs, right?
Yes, they did.
They were the eighth ranked team.
Mm-hmm.
That's brutal. Kyle almost got to see one.
They're on the come up though.
Oh yeah.
They got a lot of good offensive weapons too. Like I think Miles Gaskin's pretty good. Devontae Parker's a beast.
Their tight end's not bad either, Gasecki.
No, he's pretty good as well.
Yeah, the other questionable signing that has to do with fantasy that's happened recently is do you think that Carlos Hyde signing with Jacksonville affects James Robinson's stock at all? Because I feel like
Oh,
the
I didn't
thing,
even see that.
yeah, I think the thing that made James Robinson so good is the fact that he just,
Didn't have any competition.
yeah, he was getting like 90% of the fucking carries.
Yeah, I mean, after the success they had last year, you would kind of imagine they would stick with him unless he shows otherwise, right?
Oh, yeah, I think he'll be the starter, but at the same time, going from 90% of the carries to 70 is a large chunk of offensive efficiency
Production.
loss. Production, you're
Yeah.
right. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, and he didn't catch a ton of balls, so that could really drop him from a top 12 running back to, running back 18 to 20, which is a significant drop off.
Yeah, but also you got how good is Carlos Hyde at this point?
Good enough to get 5 to 7 touches a game. He's definitely not great.
That's what I'm saying. He's also in like the waning years of his career. as a running back. He's 30. 30's old for a running back, dude.
Yeah, I think my brother was telling me this morning that the Dolphins signed Mark Ingram.
Yeah, I think so. Think I saw that happened a couple days ago.
Yeah, because we were talking about him this morning because my brother was saying he's going to start there, and I was like, I don't know, he's pretty old, dude.
Oh no, he got signed to the Texans.
Oh, the Texans. That's who it was. Okay, that makes way more sense. They're the Kings to sign and washed up motherfuckers. It's like the Texans classic.
Apparently, Mark Ingram came there and was trying to sell Deshaun Watson on sticking there. That's the article in Texas Wire 8 hours ago. Mark
Yeah,
Ingram
that's
tries
the
hand
piece
at
that'll really
recruiting
sell
Deshaun
him.
Watson back to the Texans. That's hilarious. I can't believe how many quarterbacks could possibly be on the move this year. Like actual franchise quarterbacks, like
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, Russ, and Sam Darnold to a lesser extent. But
Yeah, he's a potential franchise quarterback.
yeah,
Brady
that's a
changing the
lot.
game.
Yeah, that's a lot of talent on the move. I have a hard time believing Russ would leave Seattle, though. He's Mr. Seattle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and here's the thing to me, and I love Pete Carroll. I think he's a great coach. But if I'm the GM and Russell Wilson is in the office saying it's me or him, I'm firing Pete Carroll.
Yeah, but see, I don't think that's the conversation. I think it's between Russ and the general manager being like, look, dude, you need to stop me getting hit every fucking play. Like,
yeah, it's fair.
that's got to be your draft strategy. Stop me from getting hit. Everything else we already got. Like, we'll be fine. Because, like, yeah, they made the playoffs last year, right? Seahawks? They balled on a couple teams in the regular season purely off Russ being Russ.
Yeah, their defense has just been on a steady decline for years now.
I mean, yeah, they went from being the best defense in the league. You can't have them dudes forever.
Yeah, to having to score fucking 50 points.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in that weird space where they're winning too much to get anybody great, but not losing enough to get a great draft pick. I feel like Pete Carroll's a lot of their success too. I couldn't see them parting ways with him either.
I could see it going down as them saying they want to part ways and him just retiring.
Dude, I think he still wants to coach.
I feel you. He's like fucking 80, dude.
No, he's not.
Look up his age.
I bet he's like 67.
Yeah, you're right. He's probably not 80, but dude, he's fucking old. Look it up.
I'm looking at it right now. He is 69 years old. He looked good for 69, bro. He looked real good for 69.
Yeah, he's probably the best looking 69-year-old in the country for sure.
Dude, he looks about 10 years younger than Bruce Arians. And Bruce Arians got to be like 57.
Regardless of how he looks, though, fucking 70.
Oh,
You know
wow,
what I mean?
Bruce Arians is also 68 years old.
That's what I'm saying. That's an appropriate age for somebody to retire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's already done it all, dude. He has a Super Bowl. He has a college national championship. I don't know how many coaches can say they've ever done that.
Not a lot.
Yeah, he may be the only one. I would have to Google it, but he's the only one in my lifetime
that you know of. I want to take back what I said about Bruce Arians. He doesn't look that bad. I also didn't realize he was almost 70 years old too. He looks young. So sorry, Bruce Arians, if you're listening. Belichick got to be that old. You would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's 68 as well.
Okay, there have been 3 coaches in the history of the NFL to win an NFL Super Bowl and college national championship. Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, and Pete Carroll.
Damn, those other dudes so old. I don't even know who the fuck they are.
Oh, you know who Jimmy Johnson is? He's a fucking commentator now. If you saw a picture of him, you'd know who he was.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you know who I fucking hate? Joe Buck.
Yeah.
Just shut up, dude. That's also those are the two dudes, him and Troy Aikman. I can never tell which one's talking. I can't tell if it's Troy Aikman or Joe Buck, but I don't like it either way.
I really think that the best game announcer right now is Tony Romo.
I also like Tony Romo a lot for the NFL.
I think the ideal bomb squad would be Tony Romo, Pat McAfee, make it fucking happen.
What about Michael Strahan, bro?
Yeah, I could see that.
Also, Terry Bradshaw needs to hang it up, bro. they make him look crazy out there. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, for sure. He was on the Masked Singer, bro. You see that shit? He was out there, could barely move in that costume, son.
I believe it, dude. I know we talked about this off the podcast, but you see Kermit on the Masked Singer, bro? You can't unmask a puppet and it's another puppet, bro. That's just not how that shit works.
That's so fucking funny that they did that.
Yeah, that is funny as fuck.
But yeah, I think that that's most of the free agency news that we have for now. I mean, shit's still rolling in, obviously, and it will for the next couple days, but
Yeah, big time.
that's pretty much all of the big moves that have happened. Yeah, I was reading yesterday before they signed Hunter Henry today, the Patriots in the first day of free agency spent half of what they spent in the first day of free agency in the past decade.
Say what?
The Patriots in the first day of free agency this year spent half of what they spent on day one for every year for the past decade.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking nutty.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier to build. You just throw some dudes around Tom Brady, apparently, and that shit usually works out. That's crazy to me. That's what they've been doing for a while now.
Yeah, for sure.
And now they're just like, I guess we got to actually spend some bread. But yeah, let's fucking pivot on to the NBA. How are your Wizards doing?
They've been dropping some games, but they haven't looked bad.
No, they haven't.
They've just been
Actually,
losing close ones.
I watched maybe oh, okay, well, it's one of the games against the Bucks they played. Oh, they lost both of them. That's a shame. That first one I did watch, and dude, Russ put that team on his back, and they still lost.
That's what he does, dude. It's what he's always done.
I don't know if Bradley Beal was in the second one of the Bucks game, but I know he didn't play the Bucks the first time, and Russ got them within a point like 4 times in the fourth quarter, and they just could not capitalize. Rui Hachimura had like almost 30 points, I think, in this game.
Yeah, Beal played in the second game to the Bucks and he balled out. He had almost 40.
Yeah, I think you guys have someone else hurt too, right? Bertans.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
played limited minutes
yeah,
last night.
in that first game against the Bucks, Russ put up 42, and Rui Hachimura put up 29, and they still lost. That just sucks that Russ is wasting a year of his career with a team that just ain't going to cut it. Because like they're like legitimately moving, like getting some pieces in the offseason away from being a contending team with him and Beal.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
It's a damn shame because like he's not getting any younger. But since he's been over COVID, you can really tell that like he's got that spring in his step back. He's getting to the rim aggressively, shooting a little bit better than he was. Yeah, what's this? Yeah, Beal put up 37 in that
Yeah, yeah,
last
I
game
know it was
against the
close to
Bucks.
40. He fucking balled on him.
Westbrook put up 23, and Rui Hachimura put up 22. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, he's been playing well since the All-Star break.
He got drafted super high, right? Didn't y'all draft him with like the first 3 picks, like number 2 or something?
No, it was later than that, but it was in the top 10. It wasn't a top 3 pick though. I think we picked him 7th.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised he's been playing good. Granted, I really don't follow the Wizards all that often. Only when the Sixers are fucking killing them.
We picked him 9th.
I mean, when did y'all draft him 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So that's not too bad. They just have nobody else. Like they got nobody. Raul Neto, he's an all right off the bench point guard. He used to be a Sixer. He reminds me of he got like the TJ McConnell thing, that spark off the bench.
I just think we need a new coach. Our defensive philosophy just does not work.
Who is your coach?
Some fucking bum, dude. I can't even think of his name. What the fuck is his name? Scott Brooks.
Yeah, he's probably gonna get fired after this year.
Yeah, he was the coach of the Thunder when they went to the finals with KD, Westbrook, and Harden. And guess what? They didn't play no fucking defense back then either.
Yeah, apparently that's still Katie and his squad's philosophy. Just score mad points.
Oh yeah, we haven't even done a podcast and say sign Blake Griffin. How about that, bro?
Dude, unless Blake plays himself back into the shape he was in 2 years ago, that's basically a non-factor for me.
You don't think he's just gonna sit out most of the season and be healthy for the playoffs?
I mean, Manzini hasn't dunked since 2019, bro. We'll see. If he plays himself back into shape, he's a legitimate threat. Don't get it fucked up. But like, if he keeps playing the way I've seen him play this year, he doesn't make a difference.
I think they're gonna sit him for as long as they can, and I think that they can get a top 3 seed without him. So why not just sit him the whole fucking time?
I mean, you kind of got to play him, dude. Half of his problem is he's out of shape because he sat for 2 years.
Yeah, but he can just work out.
Yeah, but that's not playing basketball, dude.
I think you just need to accept the fact that the Nets are going to win the East, Nick. Sorry to say it.
I don't think that's a foregone conclusion at this point, man. I really don't. The competition in the East is stiff, bro. Like there's a bunch of teams in the East I think could legitimately beat the Nets in the playoff series.
Right now, I would take the Nets over the field.
Yeah, like I definitely dude. The Pacers are making a run. They're going to be a deep team when they come back. Okay, they just got Karis Verpack. He played his first game the other night. I think the Heat can beat them. I think the Bucks can beat them. Defense is going to be the key in the playoffs, man. And I definitely think the Sixers can beat them in 7. But that's going to be the key. And you know what the Nets do? Play no defense.
Yeah, that's you kind of fucking the good teams buckle down in the playoffs when it comes to that.
Yeah, but are any of them dudes known as defenders though? Like, is their top tier defense ever been like a season defining amount of defense? Because the
I,
answer is no.
I mean, I would consider KD a good defender. Also, Kyrie is a pretty good defender for a guard. Harden's definitely not great.
Actually, I would say that Harden is probably the best defender out of the 3 of them. Harden just very rarely tries. Just when he does try, he's really good at it. He's good with position. I would say unless the Nets get somebody else that like they just shouldn't have, I would say that the Sixers are still the favorite in the East. And yes, I'm a Sixers fan, but they've been balling. They just dealt the Spurs the worst defeat they've had in their franchise's history the other night. And the Spurs are 7th in the West.
Yeah, the Sixers have been great, but I could argue that the Nets have been better than the Sixers since they got Harden.
I mean, KD hasn't been playing.
Still, they've still been winning most of their games.
Yeah, I don't think they've lost a game since he's been there. They've also had a dumb, easy schedule. Like, listen to the last 10 games the Nets played. They played the Knicks, the Pistons, the Celtics, which are pretty good, but they're in a down year this year. The Rockets, the Spurs, the Mavericks, the Magic, the Kings, the Clippers, and the Lakers.
Yeah, the Rockets have really been tanking.
Did you see John Wall has to get knee surgery?
No, I didn't.
Yep, so he's done for the season.
The classic John Wall.
Big time. But yeah, did they lose any of the only game they lost in that stretch was to the Mavericks. So they beat the Clippers and the Lakers back to back, but then they played basically a bunch of bum teams. Like it's no there's no point of pride in beating the Pistons or the Knicks, dude. And I know the Knicks have been okay this year, but like it's the Knicks, you know.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that we can keep our position in the playoffs, like one beside the Nets at 1 or 2. That way we let one of these other teams beat on them a little bit before we got to play them.
Yeah, the only team you really have to worry about catching is the Bucks.
Yeah, yeah, they're the closest one. Oh, I mean the Nets are right behind us. They're only half a game back,
No,
but
I'm
like,
talking about other than the Nets.
yeah. But I think the Heat could give the Nets a serious run, man. They're too deep. If you get KD, if you get one of them dudes off the floor in that series, they might get run up on by the bench squad for real.
Yeah, the Heat have been on a heater.
Yeah, dude, the Heat in my eyes are the deepest team in the NBA probably. They got too many dudes, bro, that are proven at this point. Like they've showed up in games. Now, granted, Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero are both. Well, Duncan Robinson's not young, but Tyler Hero is. But they played great. You got Jimmy Butler, you got Bam Adebayo, Goran Dragic,
Yeah, no, that you're right. Their team's definitely super fucking
shit,
deep.
Kendrick Nunn. He didn't even play in the playoffs last year. He was a rookie of the year contender. They got
Yeah,
Kelly Olynyk, who he's
yeah, for
not
sure.
great, but Kelly Olynyk's a big body. You know what I mean? Plus, I also don't think that the Nets really have anybody that can defend the best players on the Sixers. Like, who on the Nets can defend Embiid, bro? Them dudes will get torched by him.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing about the Heat. Who on the Heat's guard Embiid?
Nobody. There's nobody in the NBA that can guard Embiid right now, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's plus we also have three of the best defensive players in the league right now. Ben Simmons, in my eyes, defensive player of the year this year. Embiid's been playing great on defense, and Matisse Thybulle has given the most steals and blocks off the bench of anyone with substantially less minutes. Like he's going to be a factor coming into these playoffs. I've also changed my opinion on them getting Kyle Lowry as well. I kind of don't know if that's the best idea.
What do you think it'll fuck the chemistry up?
No, I don't think it'll fuck the chemistry up. I just think you got to give a lot up to get Kyle Lowry for what could potentially be a half a year rental. And then, well, I mean, potentially, but you also think that they were going to sign him at least to like probably a 2 year deal or something. Do you really want agent Kyle Lowry to be a focal point of your team for the next 2 years when next year's free agency is going to be huge?
It just really depends because is he that piece that you need to then win the championship and you win it? Because if you do win it, then it's worth it. You know what
Yeah,
I
but
mean?
if not, then it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
But that's huge. You got to give up a lot of assets. You're going to have to give up Maxi, who like I'm not. He played great when there was nobody on the team, but he's not getting minutes right now for a reason. You either got to give up him, which he would be the one I'm the most okay with. You Shake or Matisse Thybulle, and like I really don't want to give up either of them two dudes because Matisse is one of the best defenders in the league, and Shake was a six man of the year candidate until he got hurt. So, I mean, like I said, I would like it'd be cool if you could get him for the right price, but I don't know if it's worth giving up that much for because
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
imagine you're giving up a first round pick along with one of them dudes plus some money filler. So you'd have to give up probably Danny Green too, and then Mike Scott, and
yeah. I
then
mean,
whoever
you had to
else.
give up people to open minutes up for Lowry.
Yeah, but you would have to give up Danny Green to make the money work just in general, and he's been playing great. If you ask me, yeah, he's a
Yeah,
little streaky, but he plays great defense. That's been my biggest beef with Seth Curry so far all year. It's like, yeah, it's cool if he's shooting 3 pointers and making the shots, but if he's not making the shots, he can't defend anybody. Like, but yeah, other than that, I don't even really know who's like could actually be a trade consideration Because Kyle Lowry, I like him. Like you said, if he's the piece to put you over the hump, I think he could be that piece. But are you willing to burn the next 3 years of progress down for it? Because you still have Simmons and Embiid locked up for another 3 years.
You know who's an interesting trade piece, not to you guys, but just in general for a team that's been piss poor all year?
Huh.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, they have a bunch of pieces that could be traded that could be good elsewhere, like D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, if they were smart, they'd fucking blow it up while they can instead of just continuing to burn all this money on Towns to fucking be last place.
Yeah, I feel bad for him though, man. He got the COVID, probably the worst of anybody in the NBA. He got it. A bunch of people in his family died from it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I get you what you're saying. That's a business decision, but you kind of got to let Mans at least get some fucking feet under him before you go making
I
those kind of
definitely feel you.
decisions.
I definitely feel you. It's just how many years can they go with being a mediocre squad with him as the centerpiece? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're also worse than mediocre. Like they're probably one of the 4 worst teams in the league.
Yeah, it's like them, the Rockets,
Yeah, the Pistons.
the Pistons. Yeah, they're the worst 3, I think.
Actually, the Timberwolves are the worst team in the league by record.
Yeah, but the Rockets have been the worst team since they lost Harden.
I mean, yeah, he's a
Dude, the Rockets
perennial
the other day they're
MVP
like
candidate.
fucking 15 losses in a row.
Yeah, they're bad, dude. Like I said, John Wall is also getting knee surgery. So the main dude that they traded.
Yeah, and Christian Wood's been out for like 10 games.
Yep.
Like all their good pieces are gone. And they
And
might
except
not be as
Depot.
bad as the Pistons. Isn't that hilarious? The
Yeah,
Rockets' whole
Pistons
starters are
piss
out.
poor.
The Pistons are just as bad.
Yeah, the only bright spot on the Pistons is fucking Jeremy Grant. He's been balling, but
Yeah.
not enough. Who else?
Yeah,
Do the
I don't know
Pistons
what they're
got?
doing in Detroit. They have Mason Plumlee, fucking
Sadiq Bey. He's
Stanley
like a rookie.
Johnson.
DeLon Wright. Josh Jackson. Hell, they got Jahlil Okafor, bro. Shout out the former Sixer.
Yo, did you hear that he lost mad weight last offseason because he never realized that he was lactose intolerant?
I did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, he dropped like 20 pounds.
Yeah, I watched the Pistons play. I think it was the Nets the other night. Yeah, it was, and I don't think he played at all. Not 1 minute.
Yeah, last year he played for fuck. What's the team Zion plays for?
Pelicans.
Pelicans, and he didn't play much for them either.
That's kind of crazy. He was like the number 1 overall pick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, I feel bad for the Pistons. They're one of those storied franchises that are just fucking terrible.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that Farley's a Pistons and Lions fan.
Oof.
Your home state's not doing much for you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, somehow the Nets being good made the Knicks seem good this year.
Yeah.
They caught the wave of energy coming from Jersey, bro. But
Yeah, the hardest award to give out this year is going to be most improved player.
Yeah, I don't even. No one's really been on my radar to be going up crazy except Jeremy Grant.
What about Julius Randle?
I haven't seen him doing much.
He's been the one that's been balling for the Knicks. He's probably averaging about 20 and 10.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's had a hell of a season. Also, Zach
RJ
LaVine's been
Barrett?
balling crazy.
Yeah, he has been balling crazy. RJ Barrett, I thought he's been having a pretty good year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been playing decent. Yeah, they got a couple
Stats
pieces
over.
that have been playing decent.
Yeah, he's averaging like 17 points a game. 17, 5, and 3. It's not bad at all. They got D-Rose too.
Yeah. Yeah, they traded for D-Rose. Yo, D-Rose had like 40 the other night, bro.
For real.
Yeah.
Finally
He
got his
went
knees
nuts
back
the
under
other
him.
night.
Who were they playing? A bum squad?
I forget. It was a bum squad. I forget who it was though.
He hasn't played, apparently, since February 28th.
Let me see when that was. How
He
long
put
ago
up
was that?
he put up 32 on the 28th and 38 on the 27th against Detroit and the Pacers.
Okay, maybe it was at 38 then, not 42.
Gotta be. I mean, he was balling before that too. He had 28 the game before that, 27 the game before that. Why hasn't he been playing? That would suck if he got hurt. Although that's probably what it is if he's not playing. The top story is Derrick Rose receives devastating news amid his second stint with the Knicks.
Oh no. Yeah, it's never what you want to hear.
Yeah, for sure. I can't figure out if it was an injury though. Yeah, I can't figure out why he's COVID-19. COVID protocol. That's why he's out.
Oh no shit.
That's not that bad. That's good for him though, man. For real. Because like after he blew up his fucking knees, everybody thought he was done for, and he's been playing pretty well the past 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not the level he
100%.
was. He's not the MVP anymore, but playing pretty good.
Yeah, Randall's averaging 23, 11, and 6.
Damn.
Yeah, he's having a fucking hell of a year.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy when you're on a team where someone got to fucking score the points.
Yeah, let's see here. Oh, you know who else could be up for most improved player? Colin Sexton. He's been playing pretty crazy too. He got to be averaging about 20 a game.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was up for that award. It just, I don't know. It kind of depends on if your team is winning games. If you get that award, on it, like if you're directly contributing to their success. It's like the
Yeah.
Cavaliers have been winning more games than they were last year, but not by a lot.
Yeah, I mean, their team's still kind of booty. They got like him and old Kevin Love, and then they got another guard that's not great.
Don't they got
Darius
Jared Allen?
Garland. Oh, did he go there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right, well then they got him too, but still.
I don't even know if Kevin Love's been playing. I don't think he has.
I don't think he has either. I mean, when is Kevin Love ever playing? Dude's been hurt for like 6 seasons.
That's fair. But yeah, I don't know. They're one of them teams that's just kind of in purgatory until something falls in their lap. It's like I don't think Jared Sexton and fucking not Jared Sexton, Colin Sexton and Jared Allen are like a bad combo. But they're so far out of the playoff picture right now that it doesn't even really make sense for them to make a move on a piece because like they could get like a DeRozan. He's up for sale.
Yeah, it's just tough to gauge how good guards are in the league anymore because there's so many good ones.
Yeah, plus positionless basketball is a thing
Yeah,
as well. You could be 6'10" playing point guard now.
like you know who's super underrated? The dude from Oklahoma City.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah,
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Yeah. Yeah, he's baller, bro. He's one of them dudes who like I know exactly what's going to happen to him, dude. They did the same shit at the process Sixers. Like he's going to be good there for a couple of years. They're going to realize him being there doesn't attribute to them winning, and he's going to go somewhere else and ball the fuck out.
yeah, I'd take him in Washington.
I'll take him in Philly, but it ain't going to happen.
But yeah, that's the thing is there's realistically, probably 25 good point guards in basketball right now. Like point guard is super fucking deep.
Yeah, part of the reason I was saying that thing about not trading for Kyle Lowry is Terry Rozier is going to be on the market after this year.
Yeah, there are going to be a couple guards. I could see Lonzo being on the market.
I think he's going to be on the market before the end of the year.
Yeah, I could see that.
Who did you just mention?
Lonzo.
Before that.
Oh, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's a baller. Fucking Ja is a baller. There's so many guards after like the top 10 that are still also awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Who else?
Trae
The
Young.
dude for Trae Young, the dude from the Kings.
Who? De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah,
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 he's
he's
baller.
balling.
I like him a lot. Yeah, it's still hard to determine who's really buyers and sellers. Like everyone kind of knows who buyers are in the NBA at this point, but no one really knows who's selling.
yeah, 100%.
I remember what I was going to say. I am going to be fucking pissed if the Nets somehow get LaMarcus Aldridge. They bought him out. No, for real. Like that's a possibility. The Spurs bought him out, so he's on the market. Like they could find the money to pay him, and I'm gonna
Could
be
you
fucking furious.
imagine, bro?
Yeah, yes, 100%. I can see that happening. 100%. And then I don't have an argument against they're not the lock to win the East this year. That just isn't fair, bro. What are you getting the fucking Hall of Fame squad together? This ain't the goddamn dream team. You shouldn't even be able to do that, dude. I'm cool with like you making super teams to an extent. Like if you just got KD, Kyrie, and Harden, I can live with that. But anything past that, you guys gotta fucking stop. Like,
Yeah, you got to think whatever their roster is now, just add 3 good players to it because some other people are going there for sure. I don't know if it will be Aldridge, but their roster now is not what it's going to be in the playoffs. They're going to get other people. I mean, look at their team. Everyone who's not competing right now is going to want to play with them.
yeah, for sure. Although I could see LeBron being in their ear and be like, "You guys could live in sunny Los Angeles."
They both
Which he's
just
right.
go bomb squads. They
That's
get
what
Aldridge and
happens
then
every year.
fucking the Lakers get Porzingis.
That's what I think is going to fuck the league up because I don't think any other team in the East is willing to. I mean, I think they're willing to. I just don't know if any other major players want to come to the East. Whereas, like in the West, I could definitely see the Clippers and the Lakers and some other teams making moves like that. Like I could see Golden State pulling a Porzingis move.
Yeah, 100%.
Like big time, I could see that happening, or even the Blazers. The Blazers are in position to win now.
Yeah, he would be a big piece for them.
Yeah, big time. And the Blazers have been winning games without CJ McCollum.
Yeah, Lillard has to be in the best point guard in the league conversation.
Yeah, that's the most clutch dude I've maybe ever seen play basketball. I don't know how many times I got to see that dude hit a deep ass three to win the game for me to just say it, but I'm gonna say it right now.
Yeah, that 3 that sent fucking who was
Oklahoma
it?
City.
Yeah, Oklahoma City home was
Yeah, it might be the greatest
crazy.
shot ever.
Yo, fucking Paul George was so salty after that game, bro.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he was. He said that's a bad shot. You're right, dude. He hit that shit from the logo in the Royal Sun. You can't stop that.
I watched that shit live, bro. That shit
Me
was
too.
crazy when it
And he
happened.
waved him off, hit him with the bye-bye. That's the greatest shit I've ever seen. It sucks Kawhi hit that shot against the Sixers because that's the most emotion I've ever seen Kawhi show.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be watching that on ESPN's top plays of the decade for the next bunch of years.
Yes. What a lucky fucking shot.
That's
Now,
like the new Christian Laettner, bro.
See, I can see people saying that's a bad shot because, like, you cannot get a more heavily defended shot off than that. Like, you got Embiid chasing you at the 3-point line and you still yucked it up there and it went in. Like, god damn it, man.
That man's just shut down, bro. That's who he is.
That shit tore my fucking heart out when it happened. I was so fucking upset he hit that shot. Especially seeing how that played out too, because I kind of believe that we would have won the fucking title that year.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, like all of Golden State got hurt to lose me a fucking $100 bet. Thanks, Golden State. Dude,
Yeah,
at
they
the
were so
beginning
good.
at the beginning of that playoffs, I was talking about how good Golden State was, and my dad was like, "Would you take Golden State over the field?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude."
Yeah, absolutely.
And we bet on it.
Yeah, they would have won, dude. Even if just Clay would have played, they still could have won that jump for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I said, I'm fucking pissed if the Nets do that shit. Like I could see them getting a couple role players like that. That I'm cool with. Like you bring like a Wayne Ellington or something to there. That I'm cool with. You get fucking DeMar DeRozan in that piece, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna get somebody, dude. I'm telling you. Because literally think of any player in the NBA, and if they were like, "Yo, do you want to play with James Harden and Kevin Durant and fucking Kyrie Irving instead of this bum squad that's winning 10 games a season?" They're gonna be like, "Yeah." What are you talking about?
Yeah, but at this point, how much cap space can they really have, dude? How much more can they afford to pay anybody?
That's the thing is, dudes will take pay cuts to win. That's how it goes.
That's true. I still think the Sixers can beat them. I can't wait to see it. We haven't seen the Sixers play the Nets at all full strength this year. Either team.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm much more interested to see how the West plays out because I think the East is really a lock between you two teams.
No, man.
I like Miami, but that depth doesn't really matter in the playoffs when you're gonna get beat by the Nets playing only 6 players.
Yeah, but are you though?
Probably.
It'd be different if the dudes off the
Probably.
bench weren't actual contributors. But like having Goran Dragic as your sixth man is no joke, bro. Like he can for real come in there and put up 30 off the bench. like he's not easy, but like he's known to do it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think when it comes to crunch time defensively, I don't really know. I don't know if the Nets are going to be able to hang with some teams. Even the Bucks now that they got Drew Holiday, like he's a legitimate second, third scorer, you know.
Yeah,
And they play good defense. Like Brooke Lopez and Giannis can shut some motherfuckers down for real.
yeah. It's just who do you think's better as a group? The Nets, Sixers, Bucks, and Heat, or the Clippers, Lakers, Jazz, and Suns? Because that's the
Oh,
series I want to see is those fucking teams.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wish the NBA did something where they mixed up like the East and the West to play in the playoffs instead of just having it be the same people you play over and over again.
If the Wizards don't make it, I'm totally rooting for the Suns.
How dare you?
I'm saying just in the playoffs. I'm not saying I'm a Suns fan. I'm saying I would love to see Chris Paul win a championship.
Yeah, I can't see that happening.
That'd be fucking dope, though.
There's just too much. There's just too much talent in the West for real for me to think that that can happen. Like they can get beat by every team you just named in the West for real.
Yeah, yeah, and other teams. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Like the
like
Nuggets.
bad too. Like they could get smoked by the Nuggets or the Jazz. Like the Jazz could for real run them out of town in 4 games. Same thing with the Lakers and Clippers. Like the Clippers got arguably the 2 best 2-way players in basketball right now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And I said that last year, and they choked Big Fat Dick in that second round. But
They blew the fuck out of that series.
that's what I'm saying.
Yo, I didn't even watch game 5 of that series.
Because you thought it was a wrap.
Yeah, yeah, and then fucking the Nuggets won. I was like, oh, I better watch this game 6. And then after that, I was like, oh no, they're gonna do it to him.
Yeah, for sure. As soon as when I went to 7 up, me and Kyle were watching. I was like, you think they can do this? And as the game started to go by, it was like the third quarter. I was like, damn, they're kind of running away with this, John. Like this is not looking good for the Nets or the Clippers. Yeah, they were putting nails in the coffin all over the place in that fourth quarter, bro.
Oh, yeah, Jamal Murray went crazy in that series.
Yeah, that might be the best single series of basketball I've ever seen. Like that, them playing the Suns into them playing the Clippers. Because like I don't know if you can't really play better talent than that, other than the Lakers.
Yeah, then they had to play him. You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
it's real difficult. You got to run 14 games before you got to play these dudes. Yeah, it's to me, it's honestly they're kind of just a lock in the West right now.
Just gonna be tough, dude. The West's tough.
Yeah, it's also kind of dependent on AD coming back at full
Yeah,
strength.
exactly. Like how
But
healthy is he? Because
yeah,
if he doesn't play, they can lose any of them series.
big time. Big time. He's the catalyst to them winning or not, for sure. And like LeBron's great, but LeBron can't put up fucking 70 every night.
He's like, you know what? I'm sick of hearing this Jordan discussion. I'm average 60 this playoffs.
Yeah, they got good other pieces though. Like Montrezl Harrell and Contavious Caldwell-Pope's good for them. I don't know if he's actually a good player. But who's that other dude? Dennis Schroeder. He's pretty good as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Kuzma.
Yeah, Kuzma's been playing really well this season.
Which is
I
huge.
thought he was a wrap after last year.
You mean he won a championship last year, bro?
Yeah, I know, but he played like shit a lot of the season. And then this season started, he played like shit game 1, and I was like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, he turned it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how these Sixers turn out because Embiid's out for at least the next couple weeks. I could have sworn the other night he ended his season. I was so shook.
Yeah, that's the worst thing to see.
He didn't though. He was straight. Yeah, when I saw them pull out the stretcher, I was like, oh no. Don't do it to me. I was like almost in tears when he fucking went down for real. Yeah, but apparently they're good enough to beat anybody with or without him. Like they play the Bucks tomorrow without Embiid. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was trying to tell. The last time I was in PA, I was trying to tell Mark this shit because he was worried about the coach signing. And I was like, dude, look at the team that Doc Rivers brought to the playoffs before fucking Kawhi and Paul George got there. Like, that was the bum squad, dog.
Yeah, big time.
He's just a great coach. Yeah, their best player was Tobias Harris. Then they traded him and still made the playoffs.
Yep. And now we got Doc and Tobias Harris, who's been playing like an all-star. Shout out to the snub.
I didn't even watch any of the All-Star shit
I
this
didn't
year.
either. I watched just the highlights.
I saw Steph Curry won the 3-point contest.
Shocker.
Yeah, for sure.
The all-time greatest three-point shooter won the three-point contest. I'm fucking blown away.
I was shocked he even participated. When's the last time he played in one?
Who knows? You don't need to, obviously. I'm sure the last time he played, that exact same thing happened. He took his award and went the fuck home. The Sixers got a little gauntlet coming up, though, on this road trip. They got to play the Warriors, the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Nuggets back to back to back.
Yeah, that is brutal. What happened to Embiid? What was his specific injury?
He got a bone bruise in his knee, but that was it. He went up for a dunk and like came back down and like his leg like snapped. Like you could tell something fucked up and he went down immediately. I thought he tore his like patella or something. Something in his knee. He looked down bad for sure. But they did an MRI and shit, said it had no structural damage or anything. So he's out for like at least the next 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, he just has to make sure that he doesn't come back too quick.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're going to do the best to not have him come back as long as they don't need to. Because, like I said, honestly, if they stay within the game of the Nets, like if they stick back in 1 and 2, I think we'll be fine. You just don't want to drop too far while he's out.
Home court's not even going to matter that much in this year's playoffs because I would assume there's not going to be fans there.
No, I think there's going to be fans. The Sixers just started letting fans back into their arena.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. That Spurs game was the first game they had fans, and they beat them by 35. Yeah, like I said, the largest loss the Spurs franchise has ever taken.
Did you watch that UFC card? Not last weekend, but the weekend before, with the 3 title fights.
Who fought?
Amanda
Was it
Nunes.
Yes, I did watch that.
Your boy Adesanya got beat.
I did watch that one.
Yeah, how about that dude getting fucking illegally kneed in the face, bro?
Yeah, I didn't know that was illegal, but dude, that was a shot for sure.
Yeah,
I was
that was
watching
the
that
killer
like, damn,
for real.
yeah, that's some Mortal Kombat shit. I didn't know that flew, and then they called it off, and I was like, oh, I guess that shit's not cool.
That's just such a shitty way to win the title.
Yeah, for sure. I think the disqualification was right But like I don't know. It was I wish they would have called that a no contest, but I understand why they didn't.
Yeah, because here's the thing: if you
It
made
was
it,
too late.
well, not only that, if you made it where a disqualification just means a rematch and the champ retains the title, then any champ that's getting beat is going to get disqualified.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. They should definitely. He should get a shot back at that belt in his next
Oh
fight.
yeah, yeah,
I think that's
100%.
only fair. Because like, dude, he was beating that guy's fucking ass too. Like that wasn't like, oh, he hit him one time and it was just he couldn't fight anymore. Like, nah, he was putting the fucking smackdown on Manzini.
Oh yeah, if that
And
would have
then
went
they
to
called
the if that would have went to time, he would have won that fight 100%.
it for sure.
Yeah, and I would assume the other guy is real open to the rematch because he seemed real bummed out that that's how it ended.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I'm sure they'll set that up. That's something the UFC is pretty good about. But yeah, Adesanya lost. I kind of honestly, dude, that guy. What's that dude's name? He fought Peter Yan,
Yeah,
or is that the dude who hit him with the knee? I know they were both named Peter, weren't they? Piotr, something crazy.
yeah, it's really hard to tell, dude. Fucking, it seems like it's not that long ago, but 2 weeks is a long time in the grand scheme of things going on.
Yeah, big time.
But yeah, whoever Adesanya fight deserved to beat him.
No,
That,
okay,
that,
his name was Jan Block, Block, something I can't pronounce. Jan Blachowicz, something. Yeah, that dude definitely deserved to beat him. 100%. He just manhandled him, bro.
yeah, for sure.
He looked like he came into that fight though, probably 20 pounds heavier than Adesanya, and it showed in his takedowns. Big time.
You Amanda Nunez fucking rocked that other chick.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, me and Colin were talking about that before it happened, and he's like, "Dude, chalk it up." And Amanda Nunes won this fight. We don't even gotta watch it, and that's exactly what happened. She beat the fuck out of that girl.
Yeah, she's closing in on the most consecutive title defenses.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, John Jones holds the record with, I believe, I want to say 14.
Did you see he's fighting whoever wins this Francis Ngannou fight?
Yo, I kind of think Francis Ngannou is going to beat him, but Colin disagrees.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch the
He's
UFC
fighting what?
all that heavily.
Stipe, right?
Stipe, yeah. I don't know, dude. Ngannou's huge.
Yeah,
Actually, it
dude's a
doesn't always
tank.
translate into wins, but he's fucking enormous. I also don't know, like, I haven't seen any of Stipe's fights, so I don't really know, like, what his steez is to really even comment on it. The only thing I know about it really is that Francis Ngannou is a big motherfucker. That's about it.
Yeah, I respect all fighters, and I know they're all good, but I hate to break to these guys. John Jones is the best to ever do it. If he comes out to fight them, he's going to beat whoever fucking wins that fight.
I don't know, dude.
Just pencil
John's
it in. Your boy will bet on that shit in Vegas. John Jones is beating either of those fuckers.
Yeah, he's fight. I think they have it like down already. Like he's fighting whoever wins that next. I just don't know when. Did you watch the last UFC card? One that happened just last weekend?
No, I didn't. Did you watch it?
I did, in fact. Yeah, that was the one that ended in the eye poke. That dude,
Yeah,
Leon Edwards.
there
I
were no
guess
title fights, right?
I think that Leon Edwards one was the title fight, or maybe he was fighting to get a chance at the title. But yeah, they call that a no contest because he poked Manzini. Like, dude, I saw like a motion cap of like the 1 second where he's in his eye, dude, and like you could like his finger is underneath Manzini's eyelid in this picture.
Oh my god, I ain't trying to see
Yeah,
that.
it was bad. You couldn't tell in the fight. You could tell he poked him in the eye, but you couldn't tell like how deep in there he was until I saw this screenshot. But they're gonna fight again because they called that a no contest.
So he didn't do it on purpose.
No, but here's the point of contention about it is he didn't do it on purpose, but also earlier in that fight, he also was told not to poke in the eye because he did it once before, and the ref had to stop and tell him, "Hey, watch your fucking hands." And then it happened again, and they had to call the fight off.
Yeah, I've seen accidents happen more than once though. Like I've seen fights where a dude gets a warning to not kick in the dick and then goes for like a leg kick and the dude moves weird and he gets kicked in the dick again. Like sometimes an accident does happen twice in a fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Not that that was the case here. I'm just saying it is possible.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that kind of should have been a disqualification, only because like he told you about it once. Like if it happens once, it's one thing, but like you did the exact same thing that caused him to get poked in the eye the first time. Like you got to have your hands closed if you're going to be within a certain amount of his face, and that's what the ref told him. That's what Herb Dean told him. Like if you're going to get that close, you need to have your hand closed. And like he did it again and poked him right in the fucking eye. But I would honestly rather them have the rematch just straight up than fucking that just be a loss in his column because some shit like that happened. Like it didn't look malicious, so I get why it was a no contest. Like it looked like an accident, but like,
Dude, they've been having UFC cards like every fucking weekend.
yeah, I know. I keep hitting up Colin, bro. Tell me when them Jones are on. I'll watch all of them. I don't care. Watching dudes beat the fuck out of each other's dope. Yeah, the main card for last weekend, it was like 3 knockouts in a row, and then that last fight was a disqualification. Like just back to back to back, dudes getting mollywopped.
Damn.
Like quick ones too. Like not like in the middle of the fight. Like these Jones were all in the second round, probably.
Yeah, it looks like the next card is the 27th, and that's when Francis Ngannou fights.
Damn, that's soon.
Yeah.
They might have one this weekend too. Yeah, March 20th at 10 o'clock. They totally do have one this weekend.
Yeah, it's just the ones that are like bigger cards have like a number to them. Like this is UFC 260, and 259 was the one with the 3 title fights. So last weekend was just a in between card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm down to watch those too. Like I'm totally gonna watch this one this weekend.
Oh, dude, Sean O'Malley fights on this card too.
Yeah, and this one's coming up this weekend. I don't know any of the people in it, but I'm gonna watch it anyway. Derek Brunson, I heard of that guy. That's middleweight. I think something about this fight has to do with Adesanya. I think maybe Derek Brunson and Kevin Holland, whoever wins that, gets to fight Adesanya for the belt again. I'm not sure though.
That's hilarious. So are there 2 Sean O'Malleys? Yeah. There are 2 Sean O'Malleys in the UFC, and this isn't the one I thought it was. The one I thought it was is spelled Sean. Oh no, it's him. Okay. He must cut his hair. Yeah, he fights at this next jaunt. He's only lost 1 fight in his career so far. He's really fucking good.
Yeah, I like seeing dudes like that fight.
Yeah, he has 12 wins and 8 of them are knockouts.
Damn. Yeah, that's a must watch. Apparently, LeBron is now a part owner of the Red Sox.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's dummy rich, bro.
Tyron Woodley also fights on this card. Okay, and there's also another championship fight on this card. The featherweight belt is also going to happen.
Nice.
Yeah, this card's going to be dope.
They're always dope. What I really like about the in-between ones is they keep that shit moving, bro. Like, you know how UFC cards usually last forever? Like, they got to do 20 minutes of in-between shit
Yeah,
before the
I
next
hate
fight even
that
starts.
shit.
Me too. That's not how the not named ones are. Like, the not numbered ones, bro, they get to them jaunts quick.
I just don't like that they show you the same shit. Like if you watch, like you know how you can buy the pay-per-view on like Comcast?
Mm-hmm.
If you watch the preview for the pay-per-view, like the 2-minute preview, it's everything you're gonna see throughout that card, like in between.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
don't
it's
bang
just
with that
watching
thing.
the same short fucking video clip 20 times.
What did you say the next one was? 126 or 226 or 261? Sorry.
260.
260.
Yeah.
Apparently 261 is going to have Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal fight.
Oh, nice. Running that back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready to see that too. Jorge's a bad motherfucker. He got his
Yeah.
ass,
Yeah,
he
for
got his
sure.
ass kicked the last time though.
Yeah, what's that in April? Probably like April 6th.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't see when the date was. I'm trying to. That's in Florida. Jacksonville.
Yeah, don't think that's not on my list of things to do when we get famous. Befriend Joe Rogan to go to the UFC fights for free. That's like the best part about going on his show is everyone that goes on his show and asks him about UFC. He's like, you should stop by, bro. I'll get you tickets.
All right, buddy. I'll be there.
Yeah, fuck yeah. If I was on that John,
It's
he said
April
that,
24th.
I'd be like, when's the next card, bro?
Hook it up. April 24th is when that Masvidal and Usman fight is.
Okay. That'll be right before I'm flying in.
Yeah. What else we got to talk about? That might be a wrap for real.
Yeah, we can probably call it here. It's been like probably
hours.
2 hours, 2 hours and 12 minutes.
Yeah, all about. All right.
Yeah, we might have to cut this little bit of just dead space out here at the end.
Yeah, for sure.
But all right, this has been Honey and the Guy.
I'm Honey.
And I'm the Guy.